program. I think, today with game day here, just a lot of distractions, all great distractions, but distractions. And I thought our guys handled the moment and the opportunity like professionals. They were great and locked in all day. As a staff, we felt really good about our opportunity tonight with the way our guys approached practice and the way they handled walkthrough today and just the mentality that they had displayed. And, I thought Arkansas kind of got us on our heels early with their speed, and once we kind of got comfortable and got our legs underneath us, we never looked back. I thought we played a great game, really in all phases. Held them to 40 from the field, 30 from three, only gave up 4 made threes. Probably fouled a little too much in the second half, but fantastic on the glass, a little loose with the ball in the second half, but the game was pretty much decided by that point, and just really proud that we can call ourselves SEC champions.
Defense being able to run them off the three-point line, because they have, between Thomas and Acuff, they have 2 serious three-point shooters.
Yeah, no, that was a big part of our scout. I think Jonathan Sapphire, who had the scout tonight, did a great job of identifying the ways that they could beat us, and if ways that if we could guard them, that it would be hard for them, and that was a big part of it. Not letting Acuff has obviously been phenomenal. He's a great player, but we did a really good job on limiting his opportunities from three. And then X, along with Herb and Boog, did a great job on Thomas. He's been a great scorer. He's been coming on lately and, provided some three-point shooting for him. And, limiting those guys to one make between them was a big reason why we were able to win the way we did.
Todd, I think I asked you a while back, was it your most complete performance, maybe Alabama? But, the depth keeps improving, the versatility is showing off, killer instinct. Is this heading into March? You got to feel... How are you feeling heading into March, I guess?
Yeah, we're playing really good basketball right now. I think we're getting contributions from a number of guys. I think that's probably allowed us to become an even better team. You see what Isaiah and Herb did in the first half. I think they combined for 18 points, and Isaiah, I think, was plus 21 in the first half or something like that, which is absolutely insane for a reserve player to have that type of plus-minus in such a big game. But it's been the story of our conference season. It's been the story of our run. We're getting a lot of great contributions from guys, and when we're able to get rest for our starters and those guys can come in and keep the score going the right direction, it's huge for us. And against a lot of these teams that we play, they're really talented, but they don't have the depth that we do, and we're able to wear teams down that way.
8-0 in February?
Love it. 8-0 in February. Didn't lose in February. Got to try to not lose in March either.
Kind of talked about this team writing their own story after last year. Now, win the SEC championship is part of that story. Like, how gratifying. No, you're not hanging a banner for one in February, but you are hanging an SEC title banner.
Yeah, no, this is, as I, continue in my career, you just realize that every year's different and every team's different, and we're incredibly fortunate to return, some really impactful players off a national championship team, but it took us a little bit to get comfortable and to find our way. And the credit that this team deserves more than anything is staying together, believing in each other when, guys weren't playing at their best, not pointing fingers. Our staff did a great job of, keeping our guys aligned and on the same page. And, even, as I said before, even when we were 5-4, we thought we had a chance to have a special season if we just improved incrementally over the rest of the year, and we've done that. And, I think we're playing as good a basketball as anybody in America right now.
The energy on the floor, how did that carry over to the players and even you on the bench? I know there was, a little double tech, and Cal said you outcoached him tonight, too. I'm curious to your thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, the energy in the building was amazing. Our crowd all year has given us a big lift, but tonight, just with game day and everything that was on the line, you could tell there was a lot of energy and a lot of excitement in the building. Our guys fed off it really positively. They did a good job of channeling it the right way. Sometimes in these games, guys can try to make hero plays and try to, make it, lose their focus. And our guys didn't do that. They channeled it the right way. They guarded incredibly hard. They were physical. They did a great job executing the scout. And, I think in regards to the tech, like both of us were just coaching our team. I think he's obviously a Hall of Fame head coach. He's an incredible coach, and we're just out there competing. I don't think either of us thought twice about it after it happened, and it was just a little bit part of the game tonight.
How long do you celebrate this one for? When does it come? conversation turn back to the unfinished business you guys got to take care of?
Tonight and then tomorrow we'll be off. Monday when we get back, our next goal is now to be the lone outright champs. Right? As of right now, Bama won tonight against Tennessee, so if we don't take care of our business, they could still potentially tie us. We don't want that to happen. We want to win on Tuesday night on our home floor to get the lone championship. And as I just told the team, we're playing for a lot still. We got a lot to still accomplish. This can't be the best thing that happened to us this year. Not only are we playing to be lone champs on Tuesday, but I told the guys we're playing to become the best seed possible. Because of the way we played in the month of February, we've opened up a lot of opportunities for ourselves down the stretch. And if we take care of business and play really well, there's not a seed out there that is unattainable for us. And obviously there's other teams competing for it, but we have a lot that's under our control down the stretch here.
Arkansas was the best three-point shooting team in the SEC coming into tonight. You guys held them to 1 for 9. Acuff was 1 for 3, and Thomas 0 for 2. Just how pleased were you with the perimeter defense?
Yeah, like I said, we did a great job executing the scout. With Acuff, really, we were going to live with twos. The main thing with him was keep him left and try to run him off the line and don't foul him. And if he makes tough twos all night, you tip your cap. Malik Thomas, similarly, Malik is an elite three-point shooter. And his three-point percentage is actually 1% higher than his two-point percentage. So the goal with the guys was to get him off the line and make him take tough twos. And he took 11 of those and only 2 threes. So, again, the name of the game for us, our team, is incredibly coachable. They do a great job of executing, and, they did that again tonight defensively.
And then Ruben's had 9 games now this season with 16 rebounds or more. How ridiculous of a stat is that?
That's a ridiculous stat. The fact that he did it in 23 minutes is also really ridiculous. But best rebounder in the country. There's no argument about that. I think he's the best defensive player in the country as well. And, what I was really happy, he had an incredible segment. I don't know if anybody saw it on game day today. They did a great feature on him, and it's the recognition that he deserves. This guy was an unsung hero for us last year. This year, people appreciate and understand the value that he brings to our team. He's just a guy that continues to wear opponents down, frustrating opponents. He gets frustrated too sometimes, and we got to keep him centered. But the guy plays so hard, man, and every one of his teammates values, what he brings to the table, and he's just become an incredible winning player for us.
Do you know how you got the nickname Big Freaky?
I do not. You can ask these guys when they come up here in a second. All right, guys. Thank you.